everyone. A couple of days before Valentine's Day, I recorded a video about the idea of going out on Valentine's Day alone. And, I did it. And this year, it seems to have been a lot more widely accepted than in years past. About 3 years ago, I had also gone, my worst experience was 9 years ago when the waiter was very impatient to kick me out of the restaurant, saying if I could pay first. And when I did, very, very rushed to ask me to fill out this feedback form. I recorded it in a video a few days ago. Go back and watch that video. But it's been gradually getting better. I think just the popularity of doing it in the past, when the waiter would get a table of one, it might have been a rarity, and obviously it was taking up his table. He would rather be getting a table of two. And I just about any holiday that I try to go out alone is going to cause that kind of a problem in the past. But this particular year, I actually noticed quite a few people doing what I did. I have a girlfriend at the moment, but I wanted to enjoy some alone time and kind of feel happy for other people in their relationships as well, and it turned out well this time. But I wanted to talk about another Valentine's Day lesson that I learned. This was 8 years ago now, 2012. So 2012, I went on OkCupid.com. It's a dating website. I'm not sure if it's as popular today. I haven't used it in some time. And it was just before Valentine's Day. I was looking at a profile, and this girl, she was a little bit older than me. So I was 24 at the time. I think she was in her mid-30s. And on the profile, she had talked about her interests and all that, what she did for a living. And at the very bottom, she said that she was HIV positive. And she left it at that. By the way, I am HIV positive. I don't think she even said by the way. I think she said I am HIV positive and left it at that. And I liked it. She didn't ramble about why she has HIV. She didn't ramble about what she does with it. And she just left it at that. I really liked it. I have a habit of when people ask me one question, I answer it with way too much detail. And I ended up going out with her. The reason being that at the time, I thought that she only had a few years left to live. I was naive. I never met anybody with or anybody that I knew that had HIV. And I was thinking that once, if I marry her and once she passes, I'll be able to inherit whatever she is. She might not have much, but it will be something. At the time, I was working on my PhD, and I wasn't exactly happy with the field I was working on. I mean, I liked it, but there was another problem that I wanted to work on. I wanted to retire so I could focus all my energy on this other problem. And I was just starting out on my career. I thought this would be a good starting point if I could inherit some money. Funny thing is, long story short, 8 years later, I went to check up on her. We had added each other on Facebook, and she's still very healthy. So it was a mistake. It was a mistake on both fronts to think that she would be gone and to think that I would be happy with the other problem. I'm very happy with my career right now. I mean, the other problem, yeah, I like it. It's a hobby now. It's fine with me. So I was badly mistaken. But I really liked how she kept it matter of fact. I am HIV positive, period. She didn't ramble, and she didn't explain. She didn't ask for acceptance. I am HIV positive, period. Right now I'm driving a Mitsubishi Lancer, and 4 years ago I had totaled another car. It was a Honda Accord. And part of the reason I'm very safe with how I drive nowadays is my bad experience when I had to deal with that car accident. When I got into the car accident, and we exchanged information, we called the police to document everything. The police officer was very pressuring in terms of his questioning. Where were you going? Why did you go there? What were you doing? Who were you seeing? At the time, I was in between jobs actually, and it was kind of just a lonely drive, if you will. I was applying for jobs, but in between applications, I would often drive around sightseeing. Now that I'm working, I also do sightsee over the weekend. But at the time, and he was asking me what I was doing, who was I seeing, what was I doing, and I was all alone. I was out of work, and it just felt very embarrassing, if you will. I mean, if I had a car accident today and the officer asked me what I do for a living and all that, I'm not especially 100%, okay with sharing every little detail. But then I realized I don't have to. I was in Gig Harbor. Well, what were you doing there? It's a little personal, but I was in Gig Harbor. I'm sorry for the accident. I'm sorry to bother you over this. Period. Right? Just like how the girl said, I'm HIV positive. Period. I'm on my way back from Gig Harbor. Period. Right? I guess it's a little bit more difficult because police officers tend to ask very pointy questions, but I should have just kept it. We got into an accident. Period. Right? That's it. Right? I learned from that experience, and that's good. Thanks for watching.